Hello there and welcome to CoreTV News on Hour at 7 with me, Sabena Izuku. The police in Kano State has confirmed the death of 12 persons, including the 2 suicide bombers in Tuesday's bomb attack on Kano Line Motor Park. A commissioner of police, Ibrahim Idris, told journalists at the bomb scene that the bombers entered terminal with a minibus under the pretext of locking 4 passengers. The bombers, who were said to be between the ages of 17 and 19, detonated the bomb as soon as the bus was filled. The incident happened at about 3 p.m. today. Another suicide bombing has again occurred in a commercial bus in Potiskum. The suicide bomber was said to have disguised as a passenger to get onto the bus before detonating, killing scores of people. 10 persons, including a male suicide bomber, has been confirmed dead following the bomb blast, and their bodies deposited at the town's general hospital, the mortuary. Potiskum has suffered several bomb attacks in recent times, and this latest attack has come 2 days after another suicide bombing allegedly by a 7-year-old girl. President Goodluck Jonathan on Monday received 2 of his counterparts from Equatorial Guinea and the Republic of Congo. President Theodore Obiang Nguema of Equatorial Guinea and Denis Sassou Nguesso of Republic of Congo were received at a brief ceremony at the presidential wing of Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. Jonathan later held a 3-way talk with 2 presidents at the airport on issues of concern to all the parties. The 3 presidents reviewed the current security challenges in the West African and Central African regions, especially the threat posed by Boko Haram. They stressed the need for a multi-pronged approach to fighting the insurgent groups and commended the initiative of the member states of the Lake Chad Basin Commission in setting up the multinational joint task force. Both men have since returned to the countries after one-day working visit. Soldiers on stop-and-search operations in Baga have arrested some insurgents disguised as women. Defense Headquarters said in a statement on its website that revelation came on the day troops discovered arms and other weapons stacked at various locations. And added that apart from those captured in the course of fighting, many other terrorists were picked up in hidden positions and are being interrogated. Meanwhile, Nigerian Air Force has stepped up its air raids on identified targets in Gwaza, Bama and Sambisa Forest. Thus, the defense authorities say is in preparation for other phases of the commission. The military noted the airstrikes have been hitting vital targets with required precision. The APC Presidential Campaign Organization has raised the alarm about reports of fake Shacos being presented before Nigerians by the government in order to claim glory of winning the war on terrorism. Credible sources have alerted the APC that the fake Shacao might become a tool to blackmail members of the opposition by coaching the phantom terror chief to say he was working for the opposition party candidate General Muhammadu Buhari in order to link his presidential candidate to terrorism, as he had attempted but failed in the past. A statement issued by the Director of Media and Publicity of the party, signed by Malam Garba Shehu, wondered where the new Shekau will come from after the government has several times in the past announced that they had killed the insurgent leader. The House of Representatives has hailed the military and the federal government on the current efforts in combating insurgency in the northeast. The federal lawmakers also commended troops for retaking Baga and other towns previously occupied by Boko Haram insurgents. Raising a motion at Tuesday plenary, a member from Borno State, Tahi Munguno, says the military authority deserve commendations for liberating Munguno and other towns in the northeast. He, however, urged the military to sustain the current success used in tackling the insurgents. Other lawmakers also supported the motion, saying it is necessary to encourage the military on its current efforts at securing lives and properties in the northeast. The House also commended President Goodluck Jonathan for playing a good role in the recent achievements of the military in the fight against insurgency. The federal legislative noted that the success of the military operations will enhance the credibility of the rescheduled general elections. The All Progressive Congress has lauded the efforts of the Nigerian military in its recent victories against the Boko Haram insurgents. On the other hand, the APC berated President Goodluck Jonathan for allowing the Boko Haram menace to fester, leading to the deaths of over 15,000 Nigerians and the displacement of over 3 million others in the past 6 years. The party made a statement through its National Publicity Secretary, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, in London. The party also hailed the military for the successes it has recorded in the battle against Boko Haram in recent times, saying the string of victories confirms the party's stand that the Nigerian military can hold its own anywhere and any time, if provided with the necessary equipment and if the morale of the troops is not undermined. The APC says the president has deliberately allowed the Boko Haram crisis to fester because he and his team saw it as their trump card for winning re-elections in 2015 by currying local and global sectarian sympathy with a Muslim group killing Christians, narrative that totally distorts the fact that Boko Haram is a band of murderers who have no consideration for ethnicity, regionalism, or any other beyond their mad disposition to terror. And away from that, the Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola says efficient security will continue to be a mirage without the provision of the needed modern technology to aid operations of available security operatives in the country. Fashola stated this at the commissioning of an information technology center at the Area F Division of the State Police Command. Abiola Oluwole was at the ceremony, and so his report is presented from our studio.
The ICT Resource Center, according to Fashola, is in line with the resolve of his administration to continually equip the State Police Command for optimal operation. While encouraging the police to key into modern ways of policing, Fashola appealed to men of the force to always see themselves as a bastion of safety for all Nigerians.
I believe that this nation can build a 21st century type police force, a place where some of the best and the brightest of Nigeria can decide, I want to pursue a career and reach the top there. But it's going to start from the work environment. It's going to start from the tools that you have to work with. It's going to start from the dignity and courage with which you also carry yourselves. It's also going to start with the way you treat citizens, knowing that they are your employers. Because the resources with which you are paid, the resources with which this is provided, is collected from citizens and provided for you.
The State Commissioner for Police, Kayode Aderanti, says the ICT Resource Center will further boost the operation of the command and tackling crime by ensuring effective preservation of exhibits.
This ICT Resource Center will assist our exhibit keeper in actually keeping all the exhibits that actually come across in the course of our official duty. All the vehicles that yellow have been littering all the police stations throughout the state will be eaten of the past. Because now when we have all these vehicular exhibits, whether through accidents or whatever that is brought to our attention to the station, what we just need to do is to just capture the data, get the details in the database, and now release all these exhibits on board.
The ICT Center is the third of the planned 100 for the State Police Command.
Various criticism has greeted the release of the alleged Ekiti State election rigging audio tape by the military officer Sajia Aiko. The most recent office is that of the PDP presidential campaign team spokesman Femi FaniKayodes, as he questions the credibility of the audio tape. FaniKayodes says nothing in the tape suggests elements of rigging the Ekiti gubernatorial elections as claimed by the All Progressive Congress, and that the opposition party should instead be accused of rigging.
We played that tape to the Nigerian public. We did a press conference in Abuja. We played the tape from beginning to end. And nothing that was said in that tape suggests by Fayose, by Obanikoro, by Adesion, the Honorable Minister for Police Affairs, and anybody else, nothing that was in that tape suggested there was any element of rigging or counsel to rig from any of those key people to the army officer or to any of the security officials there. Absolutely none. I would urge you and every single Nigerian that's interested to listen to that tape carefully from beginning to end. And you will find that There was nothing that was suspicious, nothing that was wrong. What they were saying, at least my understanding of it was this, what they were saying was they were urging the military, they were urging the soldiers, they were urging the police to ensure that they did a good job and to ensure that everybody was allowed to vote peacefully. And I don't believe there's anything wrong with that. So this thing that they keep on talking about, this Fayose tape, is absolute bunkum. I suggest people should listen to that tape. I would also suggest that people should also go and view the tape that we put out, where you saw APC supporters thumbprinting ballot papers in Osun State in support of Rauf Aregbesola. That was very clear, completely illegal. It was a criminal offense. We called for the police to investigate that, and we called for the APC to desist from behaving in that way. And so if you're looking for tapes that are incriminating, don't look towards Ekiti and Fayose, look towards the APC Osun State and the APC generally.
And away from that, Governor Ayo Fayose has meanwhile insisted that all the Progressive Congress falsely misrepresented a television interview done by its presidential candidate Muhammadu Buhari in Nigeria. He claimed that the photo, since recently circulated by the APC, has an interview by a TV journalist based in London, was actually recreated in Nigeria. Fayose also maintained that his position that the Buhari is not fit to rule the country.
I've called this interview purely to show you facts and figures. Other people who are well empowered to talk about PDP campaign will do that. I'm not here to discuss PDP. I'm here to tell you that these pictures were taken in Transcorp and not in the UK. And when you look back, when you look at issues like this, you can imagine the state of decay in the system to pervert the truth.
Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amosun has dismissed the rumor on the health status of the presidential candidate of his party, Muhammadu Buhari. While speaking at the Cultural Center in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, Governor Ibikunle Amosun says it is disgraceful and obscene the constant death wish by some highly placed Nigerians against Buhari. He added that Buhari is fit as fiddle, urging people to disregard the rumors about his health.
It's a disgrace to our race as Yorubas for somebody to be wishing another person dead. For your information, Muhammad Buhari is even stronger than the character that is saying the man is weak. Maybe because of the military background. Because even the way I walk, it's like catching up with him. The man is here and healthy for his age. Maybe because of, I don't know, the military nature. It's like seeing Baba Sojotu, and you said he's old. This is the man that is very agile, very effective. You are even telling him you have to slow down. Just like you people will tell me slow down. This is the man that we met to Libya, we left the place, we went to about 5 different places. The man is hale and healthy. Even when I went to Ben Television, I said, sir, you can't follow me, you have to go home. He's willing, he's ready, even in the cold. The man was walking around, and you see the Photoshop they are using. They are saying a lot of rubbish. This is not politics. It is descending to an abysmal level.
We'll take a short break now. When we return, CoreTV News at 7 continues. Do stay with us.
Don't you wish your mommy was fine like mine? Yeah. Don't you wish your mommy was smart like mine? Yeah. Don't you? Don't you wish your mommy could laugh like mine?
And that's why every mom should take 3 Crowns milk with low cholesterol to help stay fit and healthy so she can take extra care of her family.
Don't you wish your wifey was hot like mine?
3 Crowns now comes in powder.
Welcome back to the news. For more information, you can reach us on our social media platform, and that's on facebook.com/CoreTV News, and on Twitter @CoreTV News NG. For news updates and other programs, you can watch us on our youtube.com/CoreTV_news. The Lagos Federal High Court hearing the money laundering case against the former Aviation Minister Femi FaniKayodes has ordered the release of his passport by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on request. Luwase Adigoke, who was there, filed in this report.
The court presided over by Rita Ofili Ajumogobia, is still hearing 2 of the 40-count charges preferred against the former aviation minister from his time at the helm of affairs in the Ministries of Aviation and Culture and Tourism. The accused was said to have carried out financial transactions without going through due process or any financial institutions. He pleaded not guilty to the charges against him.
I'm very, very confident about the case. I've been through this many times before. I don't like to talk about matters that concern me in court. But again, since you asked, I'm very confident. We started at 19.5 billion. It was knocked down to 200 million naira, which I was accused of stealing, from 19.5 billion to 200 million, then to 100 million, then to 99 million, and now we're down to 1 million and 1.1 million naira. I'm accused of laundering. That's about $5,000 each, accused of laundering that. I've done absolutely nothing wrong. We have consistently protested our innocence in this matter. We're glad to be in court. I'm glad that we're now presenting our defense, and I'm very, very confident that this matter will be over soon and I'll be able to get my life back.
One of the lawyers to the accused, however, says justice has been served with the decision to release the passport of the accused from the EFCC's custody on request.
His international passport had been with the EFCC in the last 7 years or so, and we think he should be allowed to attend to some of his basic businesses. And we made an application which the court had graciously granted, with the court insisting, however, that whenever he wishes to travel, he should write to the court to let the court know exactly where he is going to. And we believe that is fair enough, since he does not intend to abscond. And so we'll comply with the order.
Prosecuting counsel Festus Keyamo, however, says nobody can downplay the 2-count charges against the accused.
They opened up with their first witness today, and I think I should cross-examine tomorrow, so I'm getting ready for that. The court actually held that there was a case in respect of those 2 counts. It's not me that said so, it's the court that said so. So that means there is some kind of prima facie evidence, and we are prepared to go on with that. And I'm sure you know too, that in the world of criminal law, 1 count is enough. I hope you know that. So nobody should downplay the fact that only 2 counts are remaining.
The hearing continues on Wednesday for further cross-examination of witnesses for the defense. Oluwaseyi Adegoke, CoreTV News, Lagos.
APC Presidential Campaign Organization has challenged the federal government and the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, to account for the 800 million and 50 billion naira of the Cabotage Vessel Finance Fund. It also demanded for a list of beneficiaries if indeed the agency disbursed funds in line with the nation's law. The party campaign team alleged that the fund was money derived from 2% surcharge for all contracts under the cabotage regime is now being used for non-shipping purposes. A spokesman, Garba Shehu, said in a statement that the Nigerians deserve to know what happened to the money accumulated under the CVFF fund. This, he noted, is against the backdrop of the claims that the fund may have been diverted for other purposes, like campaign for the PDP presidential candidates. The crisis surrounding the unpaid Imo State Contractors has taken a few dimensions as they take their grievances to the streets of Imo State. The contractors claim most of them are plagued with numerous problems that ordinarily would have been solved if their money were paid. This necessitated their march to the Okigwe roundabout and march to demand for their payment from the governor, Rochas Okorocha, who they claim has refused to pay what is rightfully theirs.
Who have paid? We have prayed. And who have worked for 3 years and not been paid. Father, the power that slaughtered our 19 members. This day, Father, we will die no more. Amen. We will die no more. Amen. We will die no more. Amen.
And reaching the Okigwe roundabout, which is directly in front of the Imo State Government House, they offered a prayer to God and as well anoint the ground to seek divine interventions. The same trend followed when they got to the Freedom roundabout.
19 members of your peak are dead. Yes. And many of the ESCO members On a daily basis, their lives is being threatened. They can't do anything. This day, oh God, we anoint this ground. In the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Ghost.
Reactions have continued to trail the statement of Governor Ibikunle Amosun on the presence of over 600,000 aliens, PVCs, in Ogun State, which has compelled the Ogun State chapter of the Community for Defense of Human Rights to visit INEC in Ibikunle to demand for the actions on the issue. Olajumoke Olatunji has more.
The low level of PVC collection in Ogun State, which has generated different reactions from different quarters, was taken a notch higher with the statement of Imo State government Ibikunle Amosun on the presence of over 600,000 alleged alien cats in the states. With this in mind, the Committee for the Defense of Human Rights to the Peaceful Protest termed a courtesy call by the group to bring home its points to the INEC's Resident Electoral Commissioner on the need to make the right cards available to the right people. Folarin Ayinka, the group's leader in Ogun State, says INEC must do the right thing to ensure the people are not disenfranchised.
We have come here to shout on the INEC, not to disenfranchise the eligible voters in Nigeria. We have come here to say no to ordering of our permanent voters card. We have come here to ask from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, what is the sin of Ogun State people that their card was not released?
He also challenged the Commission to justify the level of distribution of PVCs in some northern states under Boko Haram and how it's been able to record the highest distribution percentage from states that are peaceful, like Ogun State.
All agree with me that Ogun State has been a peaceful state for quite some years. And we think we can have a state like Nasarawa, a state like Borno, a state like Yobe, a state like Gombe, which are under Boko Haram insurgents, facing attack every day. How do they want to justify that Nasarawa has recorded 90-something% of distribution?
For his part, INEC's Resident Electoral Commissioner in the state, Timothy Ibitoye, who spoke through the Commission's Administrative Secretary, Dixon Atiba, he assures Ogun State residents and the group of the umpire's commitments to ensure that the cards get to eligible voters. He restated the commitment of the Commission to live up to the promises of its chairman, Atahiru Jega, to ensure a smooth electioneering process.
As we speak today, the registration figure for Ogun State is 1,795,794. That is the figure for Ogun State registered voter. And I want to tell you that the cards we have received so far is 1,368,875, of which we have distributed 795,962. I've assured you, I want to tell you what the national chairman told me over the weekend. I was in Abuja and we met, and he has shown concern for Ogun State.
Atiba also says all issues related to the PVCs are being addressed. Olajumoke Olatunji, CoreTV News, Abeokuta.
We'll take another break, and when we return this time, it will be outside Nigeria. Just stay with us.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website, www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
And outside Nigeria, ISIL militants have abducted at least 90 people from a Syrian Christian village in northeastern Syria, a monitor that tracks violence in Syria said on Tuesday. The British-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said the abduction took place after dawn raids in villages inhabited by Asian Christian minority near the town of Telmar. mainly a Syrian town in the western countryside of the city of Ahasaka. Ahasaka, a city mainly held by the Kurds. The latest offensive coincides with a push by Syrian Kurds in northeastern Syria near Iraqi borders since Sunday that had compounded losses for the militant groups in Syria. And that's it on the news. At 7, do join us on a prime time news. That's about 9:45 p.m. For me on the news crew, we say many thanks.